This is legitimately Black Mirror in real life. Okay, so there's this famous media theorist named Douglas Rushkoff, who just wrote this article in The Guardian, and I'm gonna break it down for you. He's a self-described humanist that writes about the impact of digital technology on people's lives, and he was flown out to a remote location to address a group of ultra-wealthy stakeholders, and then he finds himself in a room with 5 men from the top of the tech investing and hedge fund world. So while he thinks he's gonna do a presentation on helping people live better lives in the present, he was actually brought out there to answer a bunch of questions for them, which is where things take a little bit of a turn. They start out with questions like Bitcoin or Ethereum, virtual reality or augmented reality, and then who will build a quantum computer first, which are all things that we discuss on this page, so if that interests you, you should follow me. But then things take a little bit of a turn when they turn their questions towards doomsday. Things like which region will be least affected by the climate crisis, is global warming or biological warfare the greater threat, how long should they plan to survive with no outside help, should a shelter have its own air supply, what was the likelihood of groundwater contamination, the list goes on, which I'm sure was unsettling in itself. But then one of them said he had nearly completed his own bunker, and he had already hired 12 Navy SEALs to guard it from raiders or the angry mob. But that wasn't his concern. His concern was how to prevent them from turning on him and choosing a new leader. And what this billionaire CEO had come up with so far was combination locks on the food supply, only he knew, robot guards if that technology had been developed yet, and finally disciplinary dog collars to prevent them from acting out. Douglas tried to suggest pro-social arguments like treating them like friends to build loyalty now, but I don't think that crossed their mind. But it did teach Douglas a very important lesson on the state of our world, which I'm going to touch on in the next part.